This is Warnings and Ramblings, Part 2, revised by Princess Leia. So, today I went to Denny's and I saw the ghost, the spirit, the apparition of my dead aunt, Meredith. And she's angry at me because she died and she thinks it's my fault. Even though it's not my fault, of course. And as I sat there, I saw people, and they were eating food, and they were talking, and there was this one guy trying to discipline his kids, even though they weren't doing anything wrong, and I thought of cursing him, I thought of cursing that man, and I didn't, because he's probably just going to take it out on his kids, and I didn't want that, so I didn't do it. I'm not wearing a shirt right now because my shirt was dirty and it was wet because it was raining outside, so I didn't wear a shirt. Tell you what, if you donate to me in the description box down below, if you leave a tip, it doesn't matter how big the tip is, I will, or how small it is, I will perform your video request. So leave a tip with a note saying, hey, I like your videos. I would like you to make a video about this. And I'll do that. I'll make a video about whatever you want me to make it about. It just depends on when I see it and when I can upload it. As long as you leave a tip, I'll do it. That's right. This isn't really ramblings yet, because I just don't feel like it's ramblings. Like, there are lizard people in the sewers that rape humans, and people who go down there, and it's really bad. And I was reading Dungeons and Dragons, and I saw the Mind Flayer. And immediately, when I read about the Mind Flayer, I was fascinated and horrified by the Mind Flayer. And the Mind Flayer is one of the most dangerous beasts, monsters in Dungeons and Dragons, and they grab you. First off, they can confuse you with their brains. And the Mind Flayer, it grabs you and it sucks out your brain with this beak. And it sucks the brain out through the beak, and then it adds your intelligence and your thoughts to its own brain, and it becomes more powerful, and it's really horrifying stuff. And I wonder, is the Mind Flayer real? It could be a fictional creation, but I've got this gut feeling. Maybe I want it to be real out of sheer curiosity of it, even though it's evil. Maybe I think it would be fascinating if it was. Maybe it is real and I'm just sensing it. But I just gotta say, I am fascinated by the Mind Flayer. I used to be fascinated by Jinn. Now Jinn come for me whenever I wake up because of the fluctuations in my brain. I've talked about brains before, and it's a really horrible subject, and I could talk about them all day long and not be affected by them. But the moment I wake up from a sleep, they appear because of my pain, and my pain projects out as I wake up, and then they appear, and it's awful. It really is. I have a complaint to the world about the angels, because, they're supposed to protect people from the jinn, and they do a horrible job. Because the jinn are idiots, and the angels are supposed to be smart, but, they just do a horrible job. But I also know that without the angels, the jinn would just be so powerful in this world, and everyone would be scared of them. People would know about them more, and, everyone would be horrified. It would just be a horrific situation. So, I'm considering doing something about that, but I might not. Because I got so much on my plate right now, I joined a group of people that are terrorists in the world, a worldwide terrorist organization, and you don't have to believe me, it's okay, but, Princess Leia joins the bad guys, ooh, people are going to be talking about this for a long time, and it's okay, it's okay. It's probably a bad idea that I said that on YouTube. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, I'm just thinking of my friend who would see this video and she'd be like, what? She did what? That's not really how she talks, but it's how I talk, Like, I've got a lot of friends, and they'd be like, wait, what? What? That's a guy's voice, and my friend who I did the impression before, she has a higher voice than I do. She's like, so that's why I did that, higher voice, and I met her once in the hospital recently, and she's doing okay. She's cool. I like her a lot, and I would marry all my friends when I think about it. Like, it'd be cool if there was a mass wedding where I just married all my friends, including the man I intend to marry, and then we'd all be married together, and we'd have a lot of children together. Like, it doesn't matter who has the child with who, and then basically we'd just have this mountain of a family, and it doesn't matter who's related, it doesn't matter who's the father, it doesn't matter who's the mother, and it's just, we all breastfeed them and raise them as our own, and it's like a little family out in the woods or something. I think that'd be cool, I mean, I know there have to be some of my friends who would object to that and, like, say no, we're not interested in that, but that'd be cool. That'd be something. That'd be something. And I'm thinking of, because Garrison Keeler was fired from his job, Prairie Home. No, Minnesota Broadcasting fired him because it's the stupidest reason. He put his hand on a woman's back to comfort her, but she was wearing a revealing dress, and he touched her bare skin and she shuddered. And so that was his Me Too. Garrison Keeler's Me Too. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But I'm thinking of starting a podcast where I tell stories from Lake Wobegon, and I talk like Garrison Keeler in a very calm and soothing voice, and I could do that. I'm probably gonna write a story from Lake Wobegon soon and tell it over YouTube and get some tips for that, I might do that. It was a dark day, and Mrs. Butterfield went outside and tended to her garden, even though it was dark, and she raked the leaves off her flowers they were still blooming even though it was autumn, and it was very romantic and peaceful. Something like that. And I just... Butterfield was the first name that came into my head, and like I saw Garrison Keeler at Tanglewood in I think it was Massachusetts, and I left a note for him to read to everyone and the world because he was broadcasting live over the radio, and it said, "To the people of Tanglewood, please stop cutting down the branches of your trees because it makes them so much harder to climb. Because all the kids climbed the trees and I climbed the trees and it was fun. But then they noticed this, so they killed the fun by cutting the lower branches. And in a way, I did have a childhood. I'm realizing that right now because I had a very, very horrible childhood, but at the same time I did have a childhood because of those branches on those trees and me running around and making friends in the fields, and now I have a mountain of friends and I feel better about myself. I feel more confident in myself, and I'm at 11 minutes and 50 seconds. No. Well, now it's almost 50 seconds. Yeah, now it's 50 seconds. But, I think I should end the video here with a warning, because this is Warnings and Ramblings, Part 2. And so, the sun will go out, and we will all be plunged into ice and darkness. And when I say this, I'm of course referring to the sun actually going out. It's not a metaphor, it's the actual truth. And so we need space heaters and generators in our homes to power the space heaters, and people will be stuck in their basements and don't like fires because like carbon monoxide poisoning might occur, and that's extremely dangerous, and you'll die, and everyone in your house will die, and your plants will die probably, and it'll be awful. But I really think that people should open their homes to fairies during these dark times, because fairies can help you. So that's some advice. Not only Warnings and Ramblings Part 2, but some advice at the end. Ooh, that's cool. So I'll see you all next time. And peace out.